Welcome to episode 5 of our podcast series, where we talk to professionals with extensive experience in different industry verticals, but primarily focusing on customer experience. Our goal is to create a platform where knowledge is shared and innovative ideas are discussed, ultimately contributing to the advancements of the customer experience field. So, this podcast series aims to unite experts to share insights, experiences, and best practices in customer experience. By showcasing industry leaders' journey and strategies, we hope to inspire and educate listeners to enhance their customer experience initiatives. Our goal is to foster a platform for sharing knowledge and discuss innovative ideas, advancing the field of customer experience. Today, we are excited to have Jeevan Singh as our guest. Jeevan is a distinguished professional with a remarkable track record of 20 years in customer experience domain. He is leading speech and text analytics and had represented WiseMind Solution at Business World Customer Experience Solution of the Year 2024 FinTech. Welcome, Jeevan. Hi, Jeevan.
Hi Nidhi.
I was looking forward for these conversations. Thank you so much for taking out time for our podcast.
Nidhi, it's my pleasure and I thank you for inviting me for the podcast. And I would also like to inform you that the podcast series that you have been uploading, they are very informative, very knowledgeable, and it's a great experience to watch them.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jeevan. Before you start, can you tell us about your professional journey?
Sure, Nidhi. So my professional journey has been deeply rooted into customer experience domain, and I have gained extensive experience in various sectors that would include technical support, then telecom, internet services, billing, collections. And if I recall correctly, then at the initial part of my career, I was also into CRM products, so and knowledge-based designing for agents, so that the agent they can go ahead, they can give the accurate and correct information on timely basis to the customers.
So, what inspired you to take on this leadership role in the field of speech and text analytics?
So, Nidhi, if you see nowadays, what we have would be AI or generative AI, they are becoming more popular. And with the AI becoming popular, the need of speech and text analytics has also grown. And I would also like to inform you that before speech and text analytics in the initial part of our careers, so in case there would be any escalations or anything that we want to go ahead, we want to check or we want to highlight potential cases. So what we used to do would be we used to manually go ahead, we used to work on the call data set, we used to like create logics and then bifurcate them basis the dispositions or the data types. So I had an experience on that. I was handling a escalation desk, and with that experience, what I did would be once I got this opportunity where I could use the speech and text analytics, I focused on creating clear rules and guidelines by which the system itself can go ahead. It can like take out those details from the transcript that we provide, and then we can use them to provide insightful results to the clients and the customers. And we can go ahead, we can prevent any escalations or any such kind of things that would be there for future.
So जीवन हर किसी को तो नहीं पता होगा about this speech and text analytics. So could you explain what AI driven speech and text analytics involve and its significance in customer service?
Right. So जैसे आपने कहा निधि, तो once we listen speech, once we listen text, so here would be speech would be spoken words. So like as we are discussing now, if I tell you that what we have spoken, let us take out some details or some useful information from that, then how would it be possible? For that, what we will have to do would be we will have to go ahead, we will have to listen to this recording.
Right.
And suppose there are hundred of podcasts that are there, and someone wants to go ahead, someone wants to take out the information that is relevant to them.
Okay, so we will give them the specific words like, if you find that word, then you pick up that line or tell us the time when that word has been spoken. Okay.
Right.
Great.
That's absolutely correct. So in this, once we talk about speech, it would be the recorded calls. Once we talk about text, it will be emails or chat transcripts that are there. Now, what speech and text analytics would do, they will go ahead, they would be picking out the pattern. Suppose there is a certain pattern, they would be taking out the words. Then they would be taking out the emotions.
Oh.
Like in case, once we are talking, so in case I tell you thank you, I tell you are helpful. I tell you that you have been supportive.
ओके तो जैसे बोला जाएगा कि थैंक यू हेल्पफुल ये वर्ड्स पिक हो जाएंगे.
हाँ जी.
ओके.
तो इसमें क्या होता है कि ना these are determined that these are positive words. Now,
राइट.
yes, on the contrary, I tell you are not helpful.
और शट अप. you're
हाँ.
you're rude, so we will pick these
Right.
words. हाँ.
Right. So these words would be picked, and then what speech or text analytics will do would be they would go ahead, they would be checking the pattern of the words, they would be checking the emotions, and then a result would be generated.
Great, great.
Now, basis this result only, we can go ahead, we can further build logic, and then we can build the parameters, and then we can generate complete insights from them.
Super. So how has the integration of AI in speech and text analytics changed the way companies manage this customer interactions?
So Nidhi, once we talk about the way that the companies would be looking into speech or text integration, would be the integration of AI in speech and text analytics has significantly improved how companies handle customer interaction. So with AI, the companies can automatically analyze large volume of customer calls, email, and messages in real time. This helps them to quickly identify issue, understand the customer emotion, and respond more effectively. And because AI can also predict potential problems before they escalate or spotting pattern that might not be obvious to human QAs. So this means that in case there is a specific pattern that we are getting, like we are getting a lot of calls regarding a product or a service not working. So once a human QA will be auditing, they would only be picking 1, 2, or 3 samples for that. But using AI or speech, we would be gauging all action, and we will come to know what is the actual impact. So by this way, the companies, they would get to know that there is a potential damage that is being caused, and on real time basis that can be addressed.
Ah, great. कुछ तो misconception भी होंगे about this AI role in customer experience that you think need to be addressed.
Right. So Niti, if I ask you, so what do you think? In case AI comes in, will it have an impact on human or the jobs that we have? The work that a human is doing, in case AI is doing it, then what will happen?
Yeah, there's loss of job kind of a thing if people not upgrade them to the latest technology.
Right. So Niti, right now what happens would be na, in case we have support function for a company, though most of the times what those support function would be doing, they would be going it, they would be filtering the data, then they would be auditing that data. And by the time they want to actually give the feedback to the front end agent, that time has already been lost. Right? So in case I am a QA, I am auditing a call today in the morning, my agent is not present that time. Then once the agent is there, I am not in the ship. I move out. So what happens would be there is a potential damage that has already been caused. The time is lost. So there's a misconception that in case AI comes, then manual QA might be replaced. They might be out of job. But that's a complete misconception, because for moving that feedback to the agent, you will need some support from manual QAs. And the time that my QA or my support function was investing in analyzing and sorting the data, that would be reduced. Now, it will be a time that can be utilized by them to action or take action or go ahead, provide the feedback to the agents.
तो job safe है जीवन इसका मतलब.
Right. So
लेकिन सिर्फ ये है कि उन लोग को अपग्रेड करना पड़ेगा अपने आप को.
Right.
Technology.
So यहाँ पर instead of auditing, what they would be doing, they would be into the zone जहाँ पर वो सीधा जाके feedback दे पाएंगे.
So saves times and accuracy will be there. These sort of yeah. All right.
Right. Now another misconception about AI is कि AI तो बहुत powerful tool है. ये तो कभी गलती करेगा ही नहीं.
But ऐसा नहीं.
तो लेकिन एक्चुअल पे ऐसा नहीं होता है. AI is just a computer. तो जो आप उसे लॉजिक दोगे, जो आप उसे कमांड्स दोगे, जिस हिसाब से आप उसे बताओगे, वो उसी हिसाब से काम करेगा. Now who would be there to check कि यार जो output आया है वो सही है या नहीं है?
Definitely human, yeah.
Right, definitely human, and that also someone who knows the product.
Yes.
That also someone who knows कि यार ये सही है या गलत है.
Hmm.
So for that also we will need people. We will need people who have mastered in the product, and they would be helping. They would be guiding the system how to function properly.
Good. Very nice, Jeevan. Very well explained, and thank you for this. Now, the second thing is, what are the key requirements of a company to implement this speech and text analytics effectively?
Right. So Nitin, this is a very crucial question that you are asking, because right now also once we try कि यार AI मुझे क्या दे सकता है, तो ये वही है कि जैसे प्लेटर आता है ना, उसपे सारी चीजें होती है. ठीक है, तो कस्टमर भी क्या सोचते हैं कि यार मेरे को ना सारी की चीजें मिल जाएं, चाहे बेशक आई
उसके
वुड
यूज
कंज्यूम
का
दैट और
हो या
नॉट.
नहीं. हाँ.
हाँ, लेकिन अगर AI ये सब कुछ दे रहा है तो मेरे को भी सब कुछ दे दो, चाहे वो मेरे किसी काम का हो नहीं हो. So that is what a customer or the company should think. They should have a clear goal. What actually I need from AI.
Oh,
And
okay. So
then only
like इनकी right prompt डलेगा तो right answer आएगा. So if you know your needs, then you get the right product.
right. So in case you know the needs कि यार मेरे को इस पे जो है ना फ्यूचर एस्केलेशंस के लिए चाहिए, मेरे को इस पे ना अपने रिफंड केसेस के लिए चाहिए,
Right.
मेरे को इस पे ये देखना है कि मेरे एजेंट ने कस्टमर को करेक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन दी है या नहीं दी है, या मेरे को सिर्फ ये देखना है कि यार जो मेरे डिसेट आ रखे हैं ना वो डिसेट किस कारण के वजह से आए हैं, एंड व्हाट्स द रीजन दैट माय कंपनी द कस्टमर आर नॉट हैप्पी विद द सर्विसेज दैट आई एम प्रोवाइडिंग.
जीवन बहुत अच्छा रहेगा if you share an example on how speech and text analytics help made a tangible impact on customer service. One example would help us on a use case to understand it much better. Yeah.
Sure. So in this Nidhi, the simple example would be, suppose you are a customer, and now once you are calling the service provider, they are not able to help you, they are not able to provide you the correct information. So next time once you call, again the same thing happens, they are not able to help you, they are not able to provide you the correct information. So third time once you will call, you will ask कि यार मेरे को ना supervisor से बात कराओ.
Obviously. Yes.
So here what AI can do would be, AI can go ahead, AI can give you the information that how many of my customers have asked for a supervisor. How many of my agents were able to de-escalate. मतलब de-escalate होता है जहाँ पर ना एजेंट डायरेक्ट सुपरवाइजर से बात करता है, एजेंट बोलता है कि आई एम हियर हेल्प यू, और एजेंट जाके कस्टमर को इन्फॉर्मेशन करेक्टली प्रोवाइड करता है. अब इसमें क्या होगा कि there might be few customers जो बोलेंगे यार see I don't want to speak to you, I have already spoken to 2 or 3 agents before, I want to speak to only a supervisor. अब एजेंट क्या करेगा, एजेंट फिर देखेगा कि सुपरवाइजर अवेलेबल है नहीं है, सुपरवाइजर might be occupied on a different call. That's one scenario. The second scenario is supervisor might be available and agent connects the customer to the supervisor. अब लेकिन अगर मेरा सुपरवाइजर अवेलेबल नहीं है तो then what is it that the agent needs to do? Agent यहाँ पर क्या करेगा ना, agent will go ahead, agent will arrange a call back for the customer. Now with AI what we can do would be, how many customers came in who wanted to speak to a supervisor, how many cases were there where the agent had de-escalated the issue, how many cases were there where the agent connected the call to the supervisor, and how many calls were there where the agent has arranged a call back for the customer.
Right.
Once we have this information, then we can go ahead, we can further analyze कि यार reason क्या था जो customer supervisor से बात करना चाह रहा था, and what was that the agent was not able to help him with.
Super. One more question, Jeevan. So how do you see the future of AI in customer experience, and that especially in the area of the speech and text analytics?
So the future of AI in customer experience look very promising, particularly in speech and text analytics. Because AI is becoming more and more advanced, and at the right now if we see, once we are going ahead, we are checking AI also, we are working on it, so we are able to interpret what the emotions of our customers are, what is the tone, what is the point of they talking, what they actually want. So this we can analyze using speech analytics, this we can also analyze using the text analytics or the textual data that we get. So keeping all this in mind, we go ahead, we are able to build logics, and then we are able to provide the details to the companies. This would be, once we are analyzing, we check the trend, we check the pattern and the customer interaction, why customer calling. So by this, what we would be, we would be able to analyze any fraud that are there, any tasks that are not getting picked up properly, and we would be able to provide a great customer experience to the customers and provide them a solution on defined timeline.
Oh, great. And the challenges do business typically face when they adopt this AI in customer service, and how they can overcome this?
Right. So right now, if you see the AI, it's only a language or a tool that will be said, by which we would be able to go ahead, we will be able to get the data. But for this, there would be certainly few challenges, because as new technology comes and we have a old technology, so there would be differences in both. So here the challenges that we foresee would be integration with the existing systems that are there. So what I mean would be, in case we do not have updated system, then it will become a complex for integrating AI with the existing system that are outdated. Then the other challenge that we see would be the data quality and the data privacy also. So this means that the quality of data that we are getting, like in case you give half cooked data to speech or text analytics and you ask them for the output, so it would be garbage in and garbage out. Whatever you are putting in, that will come out.
Sure.
So for any analysis or any result that you want, in case you want proper insight, then you will have to provide the complete details.
True. Yeah.
Now, in case there would be a company, once they are providing details to another company, so in this there would be customer-centric data also. And they will also have to make sure that this data is not misused. And we will have to make sure that we have restrictions that the data cannot be leaked out.
Yeah.
So we keep all those things in mind, and then we proceed. Then now, suppose I have a team. Most of the people, they are not well equipped with speech analytics, text analytics, so they would not be able to perform on that level. So we will also have to train our people. We will have to train our people how to use it, how they can go ahead, they can build logics or prompts by which they can get the required data from speech and text analytics. Then, because right now, if we see, there's a cost factor also that is involved, because right now, in case there would be a normal QA, he would only be auditing 20 or 25 calls on a given day. Total audit for a process would be somewhere around between 500 to 1000. Now with speech and text analytics, my consumption of data will increase. I would be able to analyze somewhere around 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 calls or textual data in a given day. Now, where do I store it? For storing also, I need a server.
Yes.
So the process time will increase, so I need better processes. And then for that only, there would be a cost that will be there. So that cost will also go up. And with this, my customer experience also goes up. My customer expectation that, yeah, in case there is a particular thing that I can get. So as I told you, people or the client, they will have to check what actually they want from speech and text analytics, and accordingly we will proceed on that.
Right. So garbage in, garbage out, and perfect prompt is their perfect requirement. If you'll ask for, you will get the perfect result.
Right.
True.
Right. That's right.
So, Jeevan, looking ahead, what emerging trends in AI-driven analytics are you most excited about?
So, Nidhi, talking about the emerging trends, I would say that I am particularly excited about several emerging trends in AI-driven analytics. So, to name a few, first would be advanced natural language processing. So, this means that whenever we would be going ahead, we would be implementing like natural language processing, it will be making easier for AI to understand, like interpret complex human languages. That would be it could be any language. It could be any language that we speak in India. So it could be Malayalam, it could be Kannada, it could be Tamil, it could be Bengali, or it could be Hindi or English. So right now there would be few languages that the speech and text analytic will support, but with further growth, we are going ahead. We would be building a complete library where multiple languages or multilingual function will be there. So we would be able to analyze them. The system would be able to understand them, and then it will be able to process data accordingly. Then uh, we have predictive analysis. So predictive analysis would be checking the trend and checking
Right.
the emotions. The system would be able to predict what the customer actually needs, what the customer actually wants, or what is that the customer is looking for. So these are something that would be taken up, and by this the companies would be able to anticipate the customer needs and proactively address the issues. So like before there would be any issue, we would be able to resolve the same. Then right now, if you would have checked in recent time, once you go ahead, you want to chat with any support, so there would be pre-filled answers that you get.
Yes.
That
Yes.
would be the bot that is answering you.
Hmm.
So whenever you go ahead, you put your phone number, you put your email ID, or you put your order number, it will have pre-filled details, and depending on that, you would be getting the answers. And
True.
in case there is any requirement that would be there, then you go ahead, you speak to the agent, you are connected with the agent. Now, this real-time analysis would also be available where the agent, he does not have to scroll through multiple applications or multiple tools. The agent, once he gets your details, he would be able to get the complete information, and he would also be able to serve you the information that you require. So these are few of the things that are there, that are in pipeline, and we are also working on the same.
So you're excited, right?
Right. This is something that excites me because this is something that is the future. And this is something that
No doubt.
we are also looking forward, and we would surely be able to give this to our clients.
Well, there are endless questions, even. But thank you so much for taking out time for this podcast, taking out time for this conversation. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Nidhi, and I also thank you again for inviting me, and it has been a pleasure speaking to you.
Same here, Jeevan. Thank you. Bye bye.